from KXAN, this is a severe weather alert from the First Warning Weather Center.
And we're still following heavy rain over parts of central Texas, leaving some communities dealing with flooding. This video is from throughout the day from Uvalde County to Blanco County. And
we have crews across central Texas, including Uvalde County, along with those voluntary evacuations near the Leona River. We also are in Boerne, where the National Weather Service reports 4 to 12 inches of rain has fallen and rescue boats were seen being launched by the Texas game wardens. And also in Blanco, where a flash flood warning was issued earlier in the day, along with eastern Gillespie and Hays counties. Those have since expired. And Chief Meteorologist Nick Bannon is here with the lingering concerns that you have before even more rain comes.
Yeah, and right now we've had a little bit of a lull in the rain, but I don't want that to bring a false sense of security because we still have some concerns about what's already happened. First of all, many low water crossings are already closed. There's a lot of fast moving water. Please do not go through those barriers. And if you see water over a road, don't drive through it. You've got to be even more careful driving at night. You're not going to be able to see the areas of standing water that you may drive and plow into and realize that you're stuck in it. Streams, creeks, and rivers are going to remain high for quite some time, and additional flash flooding is possible. Of course, this is how much rain has fallen just in the last 24 hours, and of course, we had more rain yesterday that added to this. But parts of Gillespie and Blanco counties exceeding 4 inches of rain. And on top of what we had yesterday, some places are near 10 inches for the last 3 days. Closer to the metro, the amounts were more respectable, but still very heavy, especially in portions of Hays County where we had more than 3 inches of rain. And then the amounts really dropped off into our eastern counties. Things are much quieter now. We just have a few light showers moving through parts of the metro. Slightly heavier rain in San Saba County. No more flash flood warnings in our 15 county viewing area, but we do have a river flood warning for the Pedernales River in Johnson City. It's currently at 11.9 feet. Minor flood stage is at 14 feet. It may barely reach minor flood stage into the evening before dropping back down again. As we take you through the evening, rain coverage is going to be limited for now, but we do anticipate more rain redeveloping. Yes, another round is possible. We'll show you where the heaviest could fall and when we finally dry out.
All right, Nick, thank you very much. One of the hardest hit areas of our state is southwest Texas. Both Uvalde County and Medina County have asked some residents to find higher ground and get ready for evacuation.
And State Capitol correspondent Adam Schwager was in both of those counties and was with people in downtown D'Hanis as they made last-minute preparations.
This is the D'Hanis General Store, which has been around since 1883. During that time, it's taken on water 15 times, but its owners right now are sandbagging it, preparing for the next flood. Part of the reason they're so cautious, look at how fast the water rose earlier today north of Uvalde.
Been here for going on 11 years now. Higher than I've ever seen it.
Meet Ryan Schultz, a rancher in Uvalde County.
Look at that, guys. It's coming off of dry land.
Ryan is also a bit of a scientist.
Let's make a marker. Anybody got a watch? What time is it?
9:28.
All right. 9:28. Here's dry land, right? Right at the water, right?
7 minutes later, that stick is almost fully submerged as the water continues to rise.
It's not Indian Creek anymore. Now it's just Indian.
First responders arrived prepared. As water crested over the road, they staged a helicopter, an ambulance, and more. It's the resources they'll need as South Texas braces for a potential third day of flooding on Thursday.
The rain's going to come back tonight, it looks like, with a vengeance again, so I would urge caution.
Another round of rain can't be welcome news to Schultz.
Crazy.
Are you concerned at all about y'all's ranch?
Land will be land. Concerned about the infrastructure of the ranch.
There's a frantic scene in D'Hanis as people try to make last-minute preparations. One man drawing on the Kerrville flood from last year said, "I have to be cautious. The only thing I can do is grab my family, including his dogs, and get in his truck and get to a safe place." In D'Hanis, I'm Adam Schwager.
Our thanks to Adam for that. A tornado touched down in northwest San Antonio earlier today. In this video, you can see flashes of blue light as the tornado appears to hit a power transformer. The National Weather Service briefly issued a tornado warning as forecasters say the tornado was on the ground for several minutes. Damage was reported across parts of the northern San Antonio area. The National Weather Service plans to survey the damage to determine the tornado's path, strength, and duration.
And crews are standing by in both Boerne and Blanco. We'll get to Nabil Ramadna in just a moment. Let's first head out to Boerne, where Eric Henriksen is.
Hey Jen, you know, the governor spoke about an hour ago and he said the amount of rainfall we're expecting over the next few days is basically double what happened last July. And for a lot of people that's a harsh reminder. Here in Boerne, a lot of the people we spoke to today volunteered in Kerr County last July. They helped with recovery, they helped with repairs, some for several months. And so what's happening this week is a strange echo of about a year ago. And in that same way, these water levels have risen significantly. We're here on the creek that passes right through Boerne, and as you can see, water levels are still pretty high. Earlier today, it was all the way up, basically to my chest level. Before that, they were down quite a bit lower. I spoke to one guy just a few minutes ago. He walked by, and I was like, is it like this? And he said, actually, it's usually very, very, very low. So this is a bit of a shock for a lot of people in this area. And for some of those people, that shock, again, for Kerr County last year and this year is kind of connected. One woman we spoke to literally moved to Boerne because of what happened in Kerr County where she lived in Ingram. Here, take a look.
And I just moved here a few days ago, and now I can't get to my house, which is just right over there. I've spent 2 hours trying to figure out a road to get to where I live. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the water levels have thankfully dropped, and she was able to get to her home. In fact, a lot of people are out and about. Nick, a few minutes ago, you mentioned that people need to keep their guard up a little bit, and you can kind of tell here that the guard has dropped. People have been mulling about for the last few hours here, just wandering around this park, keeping an eye on the river, checking out and seeing themselves. But there's more rain on the way in here in Boerne, and people probably should be aware. In Boerne, I'm Eric Henriksen with KXAN News.
Right, Eric, thank you very much. More than 75 rescues so far across Texas. That's according to Governor Greg Abbott, who held a news conference. We brought to you live at 5 p.m. He compared today's rainstorm with last year's July 4th floods, where the event saw more than 20 inches of rainfall. Today's rain event is expected to drop more than 30 inches. The governor emphasized the importance of getting alerts and avoiding driving through any water on the road.
If you're not getting alerts, just be aware of what's going on. If you're in the regions that are located on this map, which is about a quarter of the state or more, know that you're going to be facing life-threatening water. That if you're driving around, especially in the dark, you could easily put yourself in a position where you could lose your life. You don't need a further alert than what you're getting right now. Be aware of your surroundings. We're getting maybe record-setting rain over the next 12 to 24 hours. So be aware of that.
And Governor Abbott says there are more than 1,300 state personnel deployed, including the National Guard and the Department of Public Safety. So far, though, no deaths have been reported.
Let's send things now over to Nabil, who's standing by in Blanco. How are things looking there?
Well, the rain has stopped, but the creeks and rivers in this area continue to rise with the amount of water we've seen. And Daniel and Jen, if this is the warning you need to not cross a low water crossing here in Blanco County or beyond, I don't know what will tell you not to do so. We've seen a number of the crossings here blocked off as water continues to rise. Now, I do want to backtrack to Austin, where we started our day early this morning at 10:30 a.m. We got in the car heading towards San Marcos. When we got on the road, we saw heavy rain coming down, low visibility. That was in Kyle. That rain continued on. And then when we got to San Marcos, well, that's when we saw Purgatory Creek being blocked off by the city. They were trying to keep people away from one of the parks there. The water on the San Marcos flowing very quickly as well. Now we're back here in Blanco. I want to come back out here live to give you perspective of just how strong Mother Nature can be and the Blanco River. You can take a look here and see the water moving very fast. And if we actually pan over here towards Wayne Smith Dam, this way, Ed, over here, you can see just how strong the water is moving over the dam here. And it hasn't really receded much in the last few hours that we've been out here. As mentioned by Nick Bannon, the rest of our meteorologists here, the water could continue to rise even if that rain has stopped. We did talk to a gentleman who stopped by. He lives in Blanco County. He said that he has not seen the Blanco River raging like this in a number of years.
It's come up quite a bit since this morning. I brought my granddaughter down, and she was coming over a little bit, and I was doing a construction job. Thought I'd check it again. It's coming over nice. We haven't had water running in the Blanco like this 10 years. We've been in drought.
Now, we've been driving up and down 1623. We've seen a number of the low water crossings blocked off here. As you can see, the Blanco River raging right now. Crabapple was blocked off, which is a good sign. We saw some people stopping there, taking photos, staying far away, people heeding that warning that we know of so far. And then the other section that we are was along 165. We saw Lindeman Lane blocked off. So again, if you're living in Blanco right now, certainly keep your ears open, make sure you know what's going on so you don't come across a low water crossing or a dangerous situation. We'll keep you up to speed with the very latest. Reporting in Blanco, Nabil Ramadna, back to you.
All right, Nabil, thank you so much. You can stay up to date with the free KXAN weather app. It includes real-time radar and also real-time traffic conditions. Just make sure to turn on notifications for your area. Nick?
All right, a lot of people may be wondering what this is doing to our lakes. Lake Buchanan is up less than an inch over 24 hours ago. Lake Travis up 3 inches, but a lot of the water that's been coming down in the hill country today has yet to reach Lake Travis and will do over the coming days. Just some scattered showers here locally, but look at all these flash flood warnings to the south and southwest of us. There's even a tornado warning now east of San Antonio. Here locally, we've got more rain ahead. We'll track that in First Warning Weather.